We say share, but we're talking about in time. So one
In
use
time,
half
yeah,
an hour,
that's
one have
right.
half an
Yeah,
hour.
exactly. So, that was,
So that the secondary school, obviously, that was your first introduction. That was before the primary school.
yeah, that was my first introduction.
Okay.
That was first introduction. And the secondary school was the only school, I don't think any other school ever performed at the Watford Carnival.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I
Okay.
produced them to perform at the Watford Carnival in 2004.
Okay.
Because,
And when you went there, were you the first in? I mean, was that the introduction of Pan in the
yeah,
secondary
yeah,
school?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
introduction.
Okay.
And then I told them, I say, well, this school has history, I say, because I am the first
Yeah.
blind steel band tutor in the world.
In the world. So not only the first blind pan man, the first blind pan tutor
In the world.
in the world.
Exactly so.
So it's a first all round.
First all around, all around. Because I have a lot of firsts behind me,
Yeah.
First to perform in a musical festival, classical musical festival, first and only up to now.
Yeah.
So I'm advocating, come on, blind people, you can play.
You definitely you can do it.
You can play, yeah.
From secondary you went into primary. And
Primary.
how did you, and that would have been a younger
Yeah,
breed.
this
That
one
is
was
where-
challenging.
That is where it becomes a bit.
Yeah, this one was challenging. Because I went to America in 2003 to witness my first Labor Day.
Yeah.
And whilst I was there, I was lying with some of my brother friends. And my brother introduced me, this is Mike, he plays pan in England. He don't really hype up anything.
Yeah.
And this guy said, you play pan in England? I say, yeah. He said, Randolph Batiste? I said, yeah, I know Randolph very well. He's not, in the best of health right now. He said, sadly he passed away,
Yeah, that status, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, Randall Baptist.
I said, really? I said, oh no. I said, I didn't know that. I said, when is the funeral? He said, well, like tomorrow. I said, wow.
You're in the wrong place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyhow, when I came back after Labor Day, same Pepe Francis, Ebony manager, he came to my house and he said, Mike, there is a school in Willesden that Randolph used to teach. And he dead and gone, and they need a teacher, and I think you will fit that bill. I say, me? I say, yeah. I say, where's that school situated? Because I thought it was a school almost opposite where I live. Because they said that school was a rebel school.
Yeah.
And I said, no way I'm going there.
Yeah.
So he said, well, okay, we'll see how it goes. He said, I'll come and meet you next Monday and you'll have an interview with the principal, the head teacher. I said, okay. So we went there. First thing she said, he is blind. And Pepe said, yeah, but he's a fantastic player and a very good teacher. She said, you have any experience in teaching? I said, well, yeah, right now I'm teaching Bushimi Technical Secondary School. I said, and I did workshops all over the place already, in special needs school, whatever.
Yeah.
She said, okay, these children here are very troublesome, She said, because Randolph had us to be running all over the play yard to get children to come in and practice. I don't know how you will do that.
Yeah.
I said, there are many different techniques. She said, well, I'm willing to give you the job.
Yeah.
But let me think about it. Give me your phone number and I'll call you by this evening.
Yeah.
So maybe she had a word with her staff, whatever. And she phoned and she said,
she
well,
probably did her research.
yeah, she said, the job is yours. What day you teach down in Bushmead? I said, I teach Wednesdays and Thursdays. She said, okay, we'll do Mondays here? I said, yeah, no problem. 2 hours. I said, no problem. Monday morning from 9:30 to 11:30. So the first day I went, she introduced me to the head of the music department, Miss Irene, and Walk into the classroom. So I asked her, what type of pans you got? She couldn't say. I said, okay, just walk me around the pans. I work it out. There are 3 low tenors, 2 double seconds, 2 double guitars, and a 5 bass. And the pans were horrible. But if that's what they got, that's what they got.
Yeah.
And I said, okay, we would work with this. So she brought in, I was teaching year 3s, 4s, and 5s. And she brought them in and I, introduced myself to them.
Yeah.
And I let them know from the offset, I'm not having no disruptive student in here.
Yeah.
Once you're disruptive, you can't come back. I said, let's get that clear.
You
I
set your stamp.
Do not advantage the situation that I cannot see, because you don't know other senses that I got. I can detect any nonsense taking place. So, let's be in love. Let's work together seriously, but with love, with happiness, and enjoyment. Well, the year 6 was a problem class. Oh, my goodness. They will fight in the class. They will pelt sticks. They will take the rubber tipping off the stick and say, sir, we can't play. There's no rubber on the sticks. I say, okay.
Jesus.
I went home and I told my wife, I said, I want you to go and get me some rubber gloves and cut some strips to me. And I came into school the next Monday. I said, right. All who have no rubber on the sticks come. Well, the first person come. I said, right, you hold your stick and follow me. I said, I teach you how to wrap stick. He said, but the one we had wasn't like that. I said, because you guys took it off yourself.
Yeah.
So now we're going back to basics.
Yeah.
This is how it was a long time. They left all the rubber on the stick. Because they couldn't handle that discipline of wrapping on the sticks. Yeah, they couldn't handle that. You can handle that. And then I remember once, it's so much to talk about with these school children, but I commanded that respect and that discipline. And the nice thing about it is, when school is going on vacation, I'll call all the classes after we performances. I say, now listen, just as how you leave here today, at the opening of the term, I want to see every one of you.
Yeah.
So, but you can't see, I say, you know exactly what I mean.
What I mean, yeah.
I say, know exactly what I mean. Careful where you go, careful who you go out with, careful what you do. And always show respect to your elders at all times. And the head teacher was standing behind the door. And she says, Mr. Michael, where you got that from? I said, that's from way back home, training, discipline, and from school. She said, I never heard a teacher talk like that to any student in this school. You know something? You have a job for life once I'm here.
I think, and that has to do with the fact that you went in there with love. It wasn't just work, it wasn't just about the money, but it was passing on some of your values, and you know what society is like, and you had to make your mark to see whether you can change. If it's one child you change, you would have done your job.
And do you know that Miss Kendall retired and gone her way? And I retired soon after.
Yeah.
That was just in the height of COVID.
Yeah.
I retired soon after. She was a lovely woman. God bless her soul wherever she is. Miss Audrey Kendall. Lovely, lovely woman.
So she gave you that chance, and that was where you worked through. And how long you stayed at the school, at the primary school? For how long?
I stayed there for 17 years.
17 years. So you've had a healthy career in Pan, in teaching youngsters.
You know. Teaching Pan performances. I have no regrets.
What was the highlight of your career as a Pan man? What's the highlight? What is that? What is that one thing that you did that, yes, boy, I never thought I would have been here, boy. I reach. You know that? I reach moment.
I think performing with Ebony at the World Classical Music Steel Band concert in 2000, Gene Care Complex in Port of Spain.
That was
I
it.
think that
That was the moment.
that was it. That was it.
What about that moment? Was it going back home
To
and
perform with a foreign band,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Was it that going back home with a foreign band?
Yes,
Because you
yes,
would have
yeah.
been, as much as the Pan fraternity is a very close knit family, you were still somewhat the outsider as Ebony coming from England and going to Trinidad, because obviously you're coming up against all these bands in Trinidad.
Exactly.
So it would have been challenging to say, all you got to put all your really best foot forward. This is so I understand.
Yeah.
And so did you had a solo moment in that performance?
No, 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 no. No, we had no solo moments.
And in solo moments, you have any highlights in solo moments?
I'm not really a soloist. I'm a more section player.
Yeah.
But there are times, when the band will go on gigs. Like Ebony will have like 4 gigs in one day and the band split in 4, and I will be the only tenor player.
Okay.
The same thing with CSI. Then I had well, not me personally, but 4 of us, we form our own quartet, Fire Stars.
And is Fire Star still going?
We are a bit dormant right now.
Okay, you're not doing much at the moment.
we're not doing much.
But
right
Fire
now.
Stars, that was meant to be a charity sort of band, like, innit?
No. It was just an entertainment band.
Okay.
Yeah. We will do charity when come like Christmas, do some busking for RNIB, for NSPCC.
Okay, you'll do some work. You would do some work.
And then we'll do a bit of busking for the UFOs, which are a charitable organization as well.
Okay.
Yeah, because UFO Fire Stars was sort of part of the UFOs. Myself, Jason, Ricky.
And how it is now? I mean, in the sense of, are you playing Pan as you used to, or are
not
you
that much?
No, are you now
no.
considered a retired Pan man?
Oh, I wouldn't say fully retired. I might say real tired.
Real tired, not retired.
I wouldn't say retired. I would say real tired. Because I've been playing these instruments at the age of 7, so it's like 62 years now. I've been playing Pan, But I'm still there, willing to offer my services wherever and whenever.
Whenever needed.
Not because I've been used and abused during my career, but
like all musicians in it.
Exactly.
Like all musicians in it, you've been used and abused.
Exactly. Until there was a point in time where I was deemed to be a terrorist and was put off a plane.
That is something I wanted to come. Just was going to come to that. But strangely, you hit it before me. I mean, walk us through that.
Oh my goodness.
Walk us through that. The time, the day, the year, the circumstances, the hairline, everything. Just tell us about that.
No, this was New Year's Eve 2006. So our band at the time, CSI, we went to perform in Sardinia in Italy. We had a lovely performance and we were boarding the plane to come back home New Year's Eve, because obviously everybody wanted to be home with their family
for New Year's.
New Year's.
Yeah.
So we checked in, the airport checked in everything, and we had a long gig. We were tiring. And Ryanair had something called priority seats.
Yeah.
So you could pay, I think, an extra £10 for a priority seat.
Yeah. Get on the plane as quick as possible.
Yeah.
Get in position.
So we check in everything, instruments, luggage, this, that, board the plane. Well, guys were tired, so they sit down all over the plane. But one of the guys was with me, obviously.
Yeah.
Because I need, assistance.
You had assistance, yeah.
So we sat down there, and he took up a newspaper, and he was like flicking through the paper. So I said, "Is that an English newspaper?" He said, "No, it's Italian." I said, "Well, then you can't read anything." He said, "No, I'm just watching pictures." I said, "But there's supposed to be a sport page, because I am a Liverpool football supporter."
Yeah.
And I said, "Liverpool played Spurs yesterday. I would like to know the score." This guy who was sitting behind us, he heard what I said. And he just tapped my friend on the shoulder and he turned the page and point to the scores.
Yeah.
So my friend was reading out the scores, and I leaned forward like this
Yeah, yeah.
to hear what he's saying, because obviously people boarding the plane, the
Yeah, the
engine
noise,
running,
yeah,
you
yeah.
know. And in less than no time, a cabin attendant came and asked me my name. I told her, she said, are you familiar with the safety procedures in the plane? I said, yeah, I'm a frequent flyer. I said, and my friend is, if there's anything, you know, we know exactly what to do. She said, okay. So he just happened to look away from the newspaper, and he saw this guy went to the cockpit. And he said, oh, this is strange. People have no right to be going to the cockpit. And he came back out, the cabin attendant. She went to the cockpit, she came back out. And about 5 minutes, Italian police was on the plane.
What?
Came up to me, you off, all 5 of us. He said, what's wrong, what's wrong? Now, these guys can speak English.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes, off. Guns. So we got up, and we walk off, and we reach back to the desk by Airport Authority. They say, well, the pilot have a complaint that Michael Tuse is pretending to be blind, but someone caught him reading a newspaper. I said, what? So the pilot not taking that chance. I said,
What?
no. I said, this can't be real. So they took our instruments off the plane. They double check it. Dogs scan, sniff, this, that, check we luggage. So, well, nothing wrong with these guys. They asked me to remove my sunglasses. They look at my eyes. I even took out my ID and showed them, you know, I'm registered blind. Airport authority said, nothing wrong with these guys. So they tell the captain, look, these guys clear, nothing wrong with them. They just tired and they want to go home. And he said he's in command of the ship. And he's not going to risk the lives of passengers for one person. So he closed the door and they left us in Italy.
Oh, Jesus.
So...
Now you're not going to get home for New Year's Eve.
Nope. That is
not
out
gonna
of the
happen.
question. So, Airport Authority called the agent that booked us to do the gig, and they put us up in the hotel. They said, no, they have to look into this. We call the British High Commission, and then they start doing the checks and whatever. And the pilot wanted to blacklist us as well.
Whoa.
And there and then, we got to
becomes
find out it was a racial overtone. We were the only 5 black people on the plane.
Oh, my gosh.
It was a racial overtone. And when Ryanair realized, look, we're in trouble with these guys,
Yeah.
they offer us a flight New Year's Day, but not to bring us to London, because I have no flights coming to London.
Yeah.
Was to Liverpool.
Whoa.
And it was touch and go that when we reached Liverpool, if we could get the last coach
Yeah.
to come to England. No, this is New Year's Day we're talking about.
Yeah.
We missed that coach. So we all huddled like mother hen with chicks in a bus stop, cold and freezing, being touted by drug dealers, prostitutes, and we suffered whole night there before we got the train from Liverpool to London the next morning. And we took it to court. And we won them.
You had to.
Yeah, we won them. So that was the downside of my pan carry, being deemed a terrorist. So I was called a Taliban.
A Taliban. A Taliban. I mean, we could laugh at it now, but
that
experience
was
is
no
not
joking
something-
matter. It
not-
was
not
no
something
joking matter.
that you really want to relive at all.
It was no joking matter. You know, and
it had to go to court. They didn't even try to settle the matter outside of court.
well, they tried, but they tried to settle it with me. And I said, no, it ain't happening.
It's not me, it's a group.
You know what I mean? I say,
Yeah.
it ain't happening. Because they offered me something like £5,000
Yeah.
and free travel for me and 3 other members of my family for 1 year with Ryanair, anywhere in Europe. And I turned it down.
Yeah.
I said, no.
It's the principle. It's not even about the money and but you just needed them to take ownership for the actions.
Exactly. So, that was the downside.
That was the downside. So now, how much pan you actually playing now, if any at all?
I do a little bit with UFOs. What I would do, like tonight, I'm going to rehearsals because I was away for 7 weeks.
Yeah.
So whatever the arranger, which is Jason,
Yeah.
whatever he do, I would listen and I will drill the band when he ready.
Yeah.
You know, and then help them out with percussion on Carnival. I
Okay.
don't do much active playing per se. If a gig pop up, you know,
Yeah. So
I
when
still
Papa and
have,
somebody
yeah,
need you,
yeah,
they could reach out to you.
I still do a little bit, you know, keep the old hand active.
Yeah, but how do you feel? I mean, from your inception, 7 years of age to now, how you feel it has gone pan? How you find it's developed and the standard is in a good and safe place?
The standard of playing has developed by leaps and bounds. That even at some point in time, I will always say, like, Pan is going crazy, especially Panorama.
Okay.
You know, the direction, well, everything evolved, and it's not like long time you would hear a Panorama piece and you will walk down Wembley High Street and could whistle that entire song because it's stuck in your head. That ain't happening now.
The
That ain't
arrangement.
happening now. The arrangement is just crazy. You know, skillful arrangers, skillful players, it's crazy. You know, it's crazy. You can remember a Panorama tune after Panorama final next 4 months. But it's just crazy.
Because you and if I get you right, what you're saying is that you could have heard a Panorama song and you were able to walk down High Street or wherever, or as you say, walk Wembley, wherever, because the arrangement is so intricate now and so much different places it's actually going, and
Yeah, sometimes you're lost.
and you're taking away from the melody but returning to the melody. So that where you take away from the melody, that is where you get lost.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
even if you
totally
was to
lost.
memorize that, so am I right to say it's harder now to be a pan player than
I will say
back
it's
then?
harder. I will say it's harder, yeah. I will say
Because you
harder.
were playing basic chords, you were playing the tune as is.
And you could relate because, you know, once you have your introduction, the introduction actually tells you what song is coming. Right? You hear your introduction, then you go into your verse and chorus. You might go into your first variation, your second variation. You might come back with a verse or a chorus and have a bridge, you change the key. But now after that verse and chorus and they go into variation, it's just like the arranger is expressing himself.
Okay.
You know, it's just music, and if you turn your radio on to the middle of a Panorama tune, it'll take you 2 minutes before you know what they're playing.
Okay.
Long time is not like that. As your radio tune to that station and hear the band, you know exactly the band playing, you know the song playing, because each band had its own identity. Not anymore. Very few bands you could tell All Stars, you could tell Desperados, you could tell Phase 2.
The Renegades and these, yeah.
With
Exodus.
Samaru, you could tell Renegades. With Duvon, a little bit, you could tell Renegades. But most of the other bands now, everybody likes singing the same.
Okay.
Everybody singing the same.
And you, I mean, I know you've had a lot of challenges. Have you ever challenged yourself to do an arrangement?
I did minor arrangements when I was with Ebony.
Yeah.
I did minor arrangements, but not like Panorama. I never did Panorama arrangements.
And is it something that you would consider?
Yes. But
You seem
not
to-
now, not
Yeah.
now, not
Why
now.
you say that?
Not
Because you
now.
seem to be a person who loves challenges. You love challenges, and I thought that would have been another high that is still yet not touched by you.
No, I wouldn't go there because I come from the old school era. The Ray Holmans, the Anis Hadid, the Jit Samaru, the Earl Rodneys, you know, the Clive Bradleys, that old school. But these new arrangers here now, woo, it's fire. It's fire, it's fire. It's fire. Going there to challenge. You see, Panorama this year,
Yeah.
Phase 2 come last.
Yeah.
Because it's a totally different thing.
Okay.
It's a different thing, you know.
But you're an added Pan fan, even though you're not playing as much as you used to play. You still try to keep abreast of what's going on, and I mean, once Pan is on,
oh yeah, I do.
You're sort of glued.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't disturb you. That is you're at home.
That's
at
my
home with
thing.
yourself.
Yeah. Once Pan is here, that's my territory.
Is
That's
there anything in regards to Pan playing places, arrangers, working with arrangers or songs that you're still yet to conquer, that you still feel that you want to actually do? Or you've done it all now?
I think I did it all, you know. I think I did it all. I played under Jit Samaru, Earl Rodney, Clive Bradley once, and he's had it, of course, many times.
Numerous times, yeah.
Many times. Ralph Robertson, Cuthbert Matthews, Steve Brooms, Selwyn Parry Paul. I think those are the hot shotters. Rudy Tulef Smith.
So
Yeah,
you've,
those
played,
are the hot shotters.
you've played with them all.
Yeah. I played with them all.
If you had to do it all over again, would you do it the same way? Or would you change? There's things you would change.
I mean, playing wise?
Yeah, but you look at your career from the inception of your career at 7, seeing someone playing, getting the opportunity to go on up, get the sticks and start to do your thing. And when you look at how your career has transitioned and go through and had its leaps and bounds, would you change anything about it?
No. If they say I had to get back to play like competitively, I wouldn't mind playing a piece by Andy Narell and Ray Holman.
Okay.
These two guys, their music, every time you hear it, you can identify. I wouldn't mind playing these guys' music.
What would you say for someone who is contemplating getting into Pan? What would be your encouragement for someone who wants to do it? Who sees it and think, I like that, but I'm looking extremely hard, I'm not sure.
I'll tell them nothing in life comes easy unless you inherit something like riches, monetary riches or something. A musical instrument, it have its ups and its downs. And like me, no matter how I tried, I couldn't play keyboard or strings.
Okay.
And some people might fall into that category. They might want to play Pan, no matter how they try, they wouldn't make it.
But they might be good at something.
But they might be good at something else. So, it's just go for it. Always try and fail to try.
Well, it's ironic that you say that because when you look at, and we have to look at you sighted, unsighted, and transforming yourself as unsighted to being successful in the sense of you teach through school in England, you have traveled to numerous countries, you've played with numerous bands. The advice that you give, I think, any one of us who has our full capacity of senses, it should be so much easier for us. I really think coming from you, anyone who's thinking about it, they should definitely give it a try.
Yeah, because in 2014, when I joined UFOs, now my dream was always to have a steel band with blind and partially sighted people.
Okay.
To me, this was my gift back to society.
Okay.
Because I really wanted, I felt like, I remember when I worked with a steel band in Barbados for 2 years. And I had an interview with the Nation newspapers. And I said, someone told me there was a blind guy playing Pan with new tones. But I think he was partially sighted. Okay. So I said, well, if I am the reason for that, bring it on.
Okay.
And I spoke with Fiona from UFO. I said, I want to start this band with blind and partially sighted people. So I made approaches to the RNIB without much success, but someone from the RNIB directed me to MAB, which is Middlesex Association for Blind People. And we put the proposal out there, and they jumped at it. So what I got to realize is that, again, as I said before, numerous occasions, that discipline, that family tree, that family background, it speaks a lot. Because when I was in the brigade, the commanding officer always used to say, when you go out there, put your best foot
Your best foot
forward.
forward, yeah.
Because John Public is watching you. And I always want to know, who the hell is John Public? Who is this person?
Who is this
You
person
know?
you're waiting
Yeah.
to meet this John Public?
So Ebony went to Nigeria and
Yeah.
did the Nigerian West Indian Carnival in 1999.
Yeah.
And lo and behold, where we were staying at different families, and where we were staying, the prince's sister-in-law, she was there. And she is back in England. She had side problems and stuff like that. And she's part of the MAB. So when they heard about this steel ban, and we're trying to start steel ban blind and partially sighted people, and the person leading this is a blind man by the name of Michael Tusa, she said to them, let's go, I know him. It's a disciplined guy, let's go. So they came for their induction, and I spoke with them, then explain, demonstrate the different pans. Say, well, just listen to the song and tell me which one you want to play. We might shift you around, The process was a little bit tedious because some of them never played pan before, of course.
Yeah.
Being sightless, never saw a pan. Some never heard a steel pan. So it took us about 6 weeks to settle them down and stuff like that. And we were doing very good. We are doing very good. COVID come and put
a damper on most things.
Because they had performances already at the London Festival Hall. We had 2 performances with great reviews.
Okay.
We had great reviews. We did very well. We did a lot of community projects. We played in, some of us did the Lord Mayor show. I think 2 of us, in conjunction with UFOs, we did the New Year's Day parade. The band itself, we call ourselves the UFO pilots.
Okay.
We did like Greenford Carnival. We did other little.
You do other little festivals,
Yeah.
different little festivals. On a personal note, I know a lot of people would want to know the mere fact that you lost your sight at age 28.
28, yeah.
Right. You came to a country you have no visual recollection of. How difficult is a day in Michael's life as someone to have no familiarity with the area that he is? How difficult is that on a day-to-day basis?
To be honest, it is like in a environment like someone, you cannot swim and throw you in the swimming pool and say, find your way out. You know if you go left, right, or center. But you're hoping that somebody say, go left, go left, go left. Or
move
go
into
right.
the left, move into the right. And Nigel and Marvin.
Exactly. Again, the same friend of mine who took me to Ebony, I tell you, when that guy passed away, I missed him. Because places in England that I know, he like hold me by my hand and we'll walk. I lived in Halsden for about 14 years.
Yeah.
And I didn't know Halsden all that good, but I knew Labrador till the back of my hand because he took me through Labrador.
Yeah. He taught you the streets.
He taught me the streets. He was a drinker, the different pubs. You understand? The different pubs. He was really that good to me. And then, when you lost your sight, is one thing that you'll be very cautious about is who to trust.
Yeah. Trust is an issue,
Is who to trust. Because people could be, I don't want to use a strong word, negative. And I remember once we did a gig, and I ain't calling name. Guy said, look your money. And just for a hand me, I said, how much is this? He said,
whatever that the money was, he handed it to you. Yeah.
He said 60. I said, no, not 60, it'll be 80. Yeah, no, well, it's my gig. I said, no, the manager said 80.
Yeah.
Why you want to give me 60? All right, well, the manager will have to give me back that extra 20. When I asked the other players how much he paid them 80. So you see, these are,
And these are some of the challenges
yeah, yeah,
that you
yeah,
face.
yeah, yeah. Is who to trust, and I say God always bless me with. I meet some rogues around in my lifetime,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
but more positive than negative.
And I think, yeah, having the right people around you, because, I mean, just to digress a little bit, your wife, who is Joy, who has been very much instrumental in moving you around somewhat. I mean, if you don't have people like that around you, then it's a difficult task.
Joy
And
is a darling. Sometimes she could become complicated at sometimes, and it annoy me. But then
we all, don't
know,
we all, my God.
she's a
That's not
darling.
just you alone,
I
all of
know.
us, did sometime. But when you sit back and you look at what you have, and you think, listen, I know I complain and I think she could be a bit annoying, but you know what? I'm better with what I have.
We love exactly,
Yeah.
exactly,
And when you grow
exactly.
to love somebody, these are part and parcel of the challenges that of life. But
Exactly.
it's very surprising to know that people will take an opportunity to and let me use this. You know what? I use it to rob you because
Yeah,
of
yeah, yeah.
the lack of sight. Then that is very dishonest of anybody who will do that.
I got robbed once.
Rob physically rob as they can
Physically.
physically rob
Yeah, I got robbed
because
once. Yeah.
of not being able to see and you
And there's a
don't.
guy who knew me well. He
Jesus.
knew the family well. I was traveling in a car and we was in the back seat. He come in and say, "Hey Mike, how you going, boy? Long time, how the family is, everybody good, this, that, the other." And we talking and saying, my bag there, pull the zip in my bag, take out my wallet, easy, easy.
And gone with it.
And gone with it.
And he's supposed to be a family
You
friend.
know what I mean? Well, he
So,
makes 6 months in prison for that.
so serve him right. I hope you see this.
You know?
In the sense of, I know you love traveling back to Trinidad. Borrow Day is one of the things that I know you frequent because it's a festival time and you will probably get to see a lot of your friends and that kind of thing. You went to Borrow Day this year? How was
Yeah,
it?
I did, I did.
How was that?
I did. Excellent,
Excellent. You
excellent,
enjoyed it.
excellent.
Thoroughly
I
enjoyed
did,
it.
100%. Well, I
100%.
didn't go to all the events. It was too much.
Yeah. So what about food? How's the food?
Well, Trinidad food will always be Trinidad food. My brother is an excellent cook.
So what's the dish? What's the dish? What's the dish you look forward to when you talk?
I'm a fish broth man.
Oh, so you could have
I'm
fish
a
broth
fish
every day.
broth man. I could have fish broth every day. But then I love my Jira pork, my Jira neck, my garlic pork. I'm not
So
a wild meat person.
yeah. So
I'm
and
not.
what about your roti and your doubles and all that kind of thing? You
Yeah,
enjoy all
but
that?
not that often.
Not that
Not
often.
that often. I find the
Okay.
sun is too hot to eat too much curry. Yeah, not that often.
And
And I have very nice neighbors as well.
yeah,
You know what we call Indian neighbors.
yeah,
Oh, well, we more or less like family.
yeah.
So there's always,
Yeah, your little gazul. Yeah, your little drink there
yeah.
and you
My
sit down there
favorite
with
drink is Fernanda's Black Label Rum. And guys, no, we don't drink that in Trinidad. I say, all you don't,
all
I
you
do.
don't drink it.
I say, I do. Drink all your punch in, fair enough. Fernanda's Black Label, that's my rum. And I love a green bottle, the Stag.
And for your final word, what would you like to get out there? How would you like to be remembered? What is the message that you want to send out, not only for people like myself, probably the youths coming up, or people in the Pan fraternity? What message would you like to put out there?
Well, I mean, in general, like when I was home for Borrow Day,
Yeah,
there was this group called CODEF,
yeah,
Council for the Development and the Enhancement of Families. The president of the organization, Mr. Kurt Allen, he invited me to have a chat with some youths
yeah,
at the Fanny Village Community Center. They belong to an organization called Civilian Conservation Corps.
yeah. I'm aware of
That
that.
is youths that sort of like falling off the wayside.
Yeah.
And I never thought I could have lecture for like 2.5, 3 hours. But I had to tell them, this is where I grew up.
Yeah.
I was sighted. This is what I know. This is what I see. Now that I'm sightless, this is what I still know.
Yeah, yeah.
The street that you walk on here to come to this community center and the government primary school, that street was named after me in my honor. It's called Michael Tusa Street,
Yeah.
which I am very thankful to the Fanny Village community, the
Honoring you,
council,
yeah.
the villagers, everybody, because they know me to be a no-nonsense person. And I was loved by the young children, the older people, everybody. And it's just to give back. And they were so proud, to know that, hey, this guy, look what he achieved, and he cannot see. And I tell them, I say, right now, I could put my pot on fire that one of you here would be the next prime minister, would be the next opposition leader. I don't want nobody to be the next blind Pannist. Leave that for me alone. They all stand up and you understand?
So your message is basically to just be persistent, stay on the straight and narrow path.
Exactly.
And continue to push on, because the achievements is there for you. You can achieve whatever you want to achieve once you commit yourself.
Exactly, because there is no second chance for first impression. I always tell them that.
Yeah, yeah.
No second chance for first impression. And to God be the glory. Always put the Almighty first.
First.
Always first. Because, in closing, I'll say that the 41 years that I've been sightless, I fell down once. I was never in no major accidents or anything, and all that I know. My guardian angel, Almighty God, is guiding me.
I fall down a couple times in 41
Look
years. So you're possibly putting me to shame.
And I mean, being in the back of a lorry, a lot of people don't know this. Being in the back of a lorry for years on a truck, playing pan up and down the river Notting Hill. I play pan in Birmingham, Notting Hill Carnival, Nottingham Carnival, Ipswich Carnival, America, Barbados crop over, Trinidad Carnival. No one knows that I'm visually impaired.
Yeah.
And you know what? I have never been awarded by the British Association of Steel Band. Never.
That will come in its time.
You understand? And not to say I'm looking for, I just want someone to say thanks.
Yeah, yeah.
My greatest award was borrowed this year.
Yeah, yeah.
And you wouldn't believe what that was. One of my former students from the primary school, Leopold Primary School, and her boyfriend came to celebrate Borrow Day with me to witness Pan in Trinidad and Tobago for the first time.
And that was one of your greatest achievements.
That award, I'm telling you,
means a lot.
It means a lot to me. It means a lot to me.
I would like to take this opportunity, Michael, to say you have been an inspiration. You certainly has been a serious driving force behind Pan and Pan development in this country, because through education, and as a person, your mark on society would always be forever, dear, because of who you are in your personality. I have never met you and you have not been warm to me. I have no recollection of seeing you out there and see you as somebody with an aggressive manner or disrespectful manner in any form or fashion. I would like to take this opportunity on behalf of myself and all at Straight Talk and all the viewers to say thank you for your contribution to the art form. Thank you for continuously being there for all of us in one way or the other. Thank you for all the kids you would have actually tutored at some point and encouraged to do better. All I want to say is thank you. Just that.
Thank you so much, and I want to say thanks to, because it would be remiss of me if I doesn't mention my brothers Junior and Keith, my sons Brendan and Bevan, my wife Joy, who have been driving force with me. They always at my beck and call. And again, Tano, thank you.
Thank you,
God
Tano.
bless.
Thank you, Tano, but don't go and take no more. Thanks again.